Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. Well, let's start today's video with the President of the United States, Joe Biden.
With regard to food shortage, yes, we did talk about food shortages. And it's going to be real because both Russia and Ukraine have been the breadbasket of Europe in terms of wheat, for example. Just to give you one example. We had a long discussion with both the United States, which has a significant, the third largest producer of wheat in the world, as well as Canada, which is also a major producer. And we both talked about how we could increase and disseminate more rapidly food shortages. In addition to that, we talked about urging all the European countries and everyone else to end trade restrictions on sending limitations on sending food abroad. And so we are in the process of working out with our European friends what it would take to help alleviate the concerns relative to food shortages.
So there you have it. It is finally admitted now that food shortages, in the president's own words, are both going to be real and disseminated. Now, who could have told you about this? Maybe the YouTuber 4 weeks ago with this video. Come on, guys, it was only 500 views. I'm giving you 4 weeks advanced warning on the biggest food crisis of the last 50 years, and the best you guys give me is 500 views. Come on. I gave you a warning to prepare, and I told how somebody could potentially make money from this situation. And then also, too, if you look, I have this post back here in my Telegram journal. Follow my Telegram journal for up-to-the-minute investing commentary. I talked about these looming food shortages and supply input problems as early as November 11th, 2021. So how bad are the food shortages, and what can you expect? Well, first of all, for my viewers in the United States, Canada, and Europe, you'll probably be relieved to hear that those countries on average produce more food than they consume. This crisis is mainly revolving around wheat because Russia's controlling who it's exporting wheat to. Russia is also restricting who it's exporting fertilizer to. So mainly the price of wheat is going to be affected. But then at the same time as well, corn prices are going to go up, and that's because right now farmers are choosing to switch from corn to wheat because there's going to be such a massive wheat shortage. That's actually good news for the two companies I've been following on this channel quite a bit, Gladstone Land, L-A-N-D, and Glee. It's been a deliberate policy of that farmland company to stay out of wheat and corn. And now those rival crops have been eliminated on the farming market. So as you can see, land is now hitting all-time highs, once again approaching a 4x, and the stock price is doing very well. One thing you can expect is that the government is going to be throwing money at farmers, probably to make up for the fertilizer shortage. That's not going to stop the food prices from going up. That's also going to keep the farmers in business and in producing. Recently, the Biden administration did say they're going to focus on trying to increase food production. You probably are going to see stimulus payments to consumers, similar to the ones you've seen in California. For example, the government in California is paying people to take care of their gas bills. It's obviously not enough, but they're trying to help with that. You very well could see the same thing with food. Now, if there are price controls with food, which are distinctly possible, expect long lines. This is because with not enough supply, more money, and price controls, all that's going to do is create a shortage because people will have the money to buy food, but there just won't be enough supply to sell to those people. So while people in the United States aren't going to starve, there definitely are going to be problems in terms of just food prices generally. And we have to hope that food prices stay in line because, I mean, at the end of the day, the United States is one missed McDonald's meal and one missed Chick-fil-A meal from total social unrest. People are pretty angry and divided right now, and if you throw food troubles into the mix of it, I mean, historically, that was the fastest way that trouble was caused in a society. It would definitely happen quickly the same today. This map here shows all the countries that don't produce enough food. And here, according to the United Nations, is a list of countries that are most reliant on Ukrainian wheat. At the same time, this isn't including Russia as well, because they're controlling who they're exporting wheat to as well. They're not exporting it to quote-unquote unfriendly countries. So you see the list here is Egypt, Indonesia, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Turkey, Morocco, Tunisia, Yemen, Lebanon, and the Philippines. None of those countries are on Russia's list of unfriendly countries. Still though, I think if you're located in one of those countries, you can expect food difficulty this year in 2022 and possibly in 2023 as well. For everybody else, you're going to see food prices go up dramatically as well. That's because the US government, in conjunction with Canada and Europe, they're going to be exporting most of the food produced here, so there's definitely going to be less food at home. You don't necessarily know where these shortages are going to hit the hardest because on one hand, it could be hitting these Middle Eastern, African, and Central American countries as well as Asian countries. But then again, if the United States is exporting all of its food, then maybe the shortages will be in the US rather than abroad. Overall, you can just expect shortages of food generally and higher prices. This is because you just can't get around it. Russia and Ukraine, you can see right here on this graph, produce nearly a fourth of all the grain and wheat in the entire world. Ukraine isn't able to plant right now because of the conflict, and Russia's controlling who it exports to. This map here in yellow are all the countries that are Russia unfriendly countries. I think these are likely to experience food shortages, just mainly from not getting access to Russian and Ukrainian grain. Now, of these countries, obviously the United States, Canada, France, and Hungary are good producers of grain, but you're definitely going to see some difficulty looking here for Italy, Spain, Portugal, Germany, the Low Countries, Netherlands and Belgium, the UK, Ireland, Norway, and Sweden. In particular, unless the United States really picks up the slack and starts exporting food to take care of it, it looks like South Korea, Japan, and Taiwan in particular are going to have it difficult this year for food. Good luck out there. Make sure your food needs are taken care of. If you haven't already, become a member of the channel. I've already gotten 6 people who become members of the channel, which is awesome. Every month for members of this channel, I'm posting a link of all the stocks I'm in, so you can see every single ticker I own, as well as I'm working to add more content for channel members in the future. Follow the Telegram journal if you want even more advanced warning compared to my videos for major events in investing. I do have to say, even in these videos, I'm way ahead of the curve usually. I was ahead of the curve for Corona, and now this as well. On Telegram, I'm even faster because I can just type up a post and then get the word out much faster than recording a video. That's all for this video. Congratulations to everybody who's been ahead of the curve on the food crisis that's coming up. They've made some money, they've taken care of themselves, and I'll see you in the next video.